Our first stop for Beyond the Port is Curaçao.
What does cruise tourism and ports look like for them?
My name is Terence and I'm an outdoor and conservation industry professional. Now, I'm from Curaçao. We're part of the Dutch Kingdom, and we have a very long cruising history. And the reason for that is that we have a natural harbor, we have deep water moorings, and of course, because of the oil industry in the past, we have some piers already made. Now we have 2 new mega piers. These are meant mostly for cruisers. One of the big pros that we have in regards to the cruising industry is that it provides lots of conversion. Lots of people who come here on a cruise, they fall in love with the island, and oftentimes they do return to Curaçao as stayover. So the conversion factor is a very important reason that the cruising industry still exists on the island. Now, there are lots of lessons learned. We don't have large-scale sewage treatment. So still, oftentimes, you would get that pump trucks would take, the sewage from these ships and then have to dispose of it in one way or another. Sometimes it even includes back into the ocean. We don't have shore power, so that means that when the ships are here, they're continuously running on their own generators. Again, producing pollution and so forth because of the exhaust fumes. Sometimes certain ships that don't have their things in order, you can see it from a ways off, the big black plume spewing from these ships. Now, carrying capacity issues is also a big issue. Cruise ships are here for a short time, for a few hours a day. So oftentimes these very cookie cutter tourist traps. Everybody wants to go to these places because, again, they're the tourist traps who want to go there. So if you don't have a certain level of diversification, it becomes taxing to the locals as well. But also, not just locals, the stayover tourists also have problems with that. Again, you come here in the Caribbean, you're here for your rest and relaxation, you are here to enjoy the beach, you're here to enjoy time with your family. If you have overcrowding, it is not a great experience. So you do have to try to keep that balance of getting people here in order to make money in the tourism industry, but also keep it at a level that it is good for the economy, but also for the local public and other visitors alike. Now, in regards to activities, especially activities that are considered cultural, you get something that is called commodification of culture. Basically, you're cheapening it and making it very digestible. You're making it something that is very quick to do because, again, you're depending on turnover, like people coming into these spaces and enjoying the experience and then moving on. You have very, very quick turnover, but oftentimes this isn't enough time to really concentrate on what the culture is. I always say that if you commodify a culture, it becomes folklore. Folklore is relegated to theater, and the only ones who can afford to be in the theater are the ones that have money. So